Castano's losing shape that he catches him clean.
That was a nice straight right to the body there, just changing their levels with the shot, showing us a bit of variation. Duberry with his work.
Yeah, tried to feint there. Oh, lovely, lovely work.
Good variation again, nice left to the body, and it fires up through the middle with a right uppercut, really putting the pressure on now. Castano looks to fire back, but a very good round from 4-0, Traie Duberry.
Just some beautiful work then from Duberry. Just had a little step back there and a 1-2. That left hook there just on the temple there of Castano, spinning him round, giving Duberry a free shot with the right hand and just touching the canvas there with that right knee. Castano, referee, then giving the standing 8 count, but lovely accuracy, patience and control there in the work of Traie Duberry. Really, really good round, really impressive work there for the man who's only 4-0.
And you have to give credit to Castano here. I think he's doing a really good job of just staying out of way of the trouble of the big shot that keeps coming to do the most amount of damage. He's riding it, he's smothering his work, he's surviving, but there's nothing wrong with his heart. But
no war cry in the minutes breather there from Castano. It didn't really do him any favours before the 5th round. But here we go, last round of the opening fight here on Before the Bell. Traie Duberry in the red shorts, Camila Castano in the black and yellow.
And for the most part, I think Traie Duberry's done a very good job at, you know, just calmly controlling the range and not really putting himself in too many situations where he's not in control. He's not forcing it. He's not, you know, revving up his engine and then needing some extra energy. He's boxing really nice here.
Well, he's not making any mistakes here. I think that's important for the novice pro. Don't make mistakes, keep your shape really well, do the basics good. That's all what he's done, isn't it?
Like, oh, that's a big shot. Don't get me wrong, a knockout's always nice and lovely to see on the record and great for the hype train, but, you know, as a corner, as a manager, getting 6 rounds of control is what you want.
Yeah, he's looking to close the show in style here. Traie Duberry looking really good, looking spiteful. And again, as you said, Sonny, numerous times, you've got to give Castano lots of credit here.
He can turn the screw here now, Duberry, though, if he wanted to, I think. Just a little bit of panic there on Castano for the first time.
That's it. See, when he weren't trying to land a big shot in the first phase, a couple of touches, he found a nice few shots that he probably could have committed to a bit more.
Yeah, he's shown us a bit of everything. Traie Duberry was a tricky customer in that opening round, Castano, but had a very, very hurtful, spiteful looking second round, and he's followed that up with beautiful work with the right hand, good variation. An awful lot to work with for Spencer McCracken in that gym. JK, his manager, I'm sure will be pushing to get him on more big shows in the future.
That's good work there. Just see a little feint there before he let his hands go. I mean, once he starts to change the tempo of some of his work, I mean, he'll be far more dynamic. I mean, he's a really good prospect, really good prospect.
So giving the left hook there and the right hand, chin just coming a little higher from Duberry, just to keep that tuck down as he progresses in the sport. But you can see the desire to close the show. Still 30 seconds to go. Castano just taking the step back, moving away from this solid cruiserweight from the West Midlands.
And you can really see the weight he's putting into his feet, Traie Duberry. When he's letting his hands go, he's almost taking himself off the floor. He's really trying to put power behind some of these right hands now.
Yeah, looking for the right hand. Oh, the big left from Castano puts Traie Duberry down right on the 10-second clapper. Unbelievable scenes here in Nottingham. Everything going the way of Traie Duberry, who looks absolutely stunned. That is exactly what you call saved by the bell, Sonny.
And he did look a bit lucky there for me that the fight was over when it was, because the referee was looking around not really sure whether to send him out again. That's what it looked like to me. It was the only shot he really got caught with the whole fight.
I think the referee had to check himself that the bell's gone. If the bell hadn't gone, I think the referee has to call it off because he's unsteady on his legs. And I'm not even sure. You got to make your own way back to the corner, even if it is the end of the fight.
Wow.
And you know what? That's the amount of experience he'll get from that last 5 seconds of a very easy fight, coming out and just trying to take his head off. Look at this for a backhand over the top. Wow.
Head down, looping left hand.
And fair play to Castano. He never really gave up, did he? Even when he was getting pummeled in corners. That backhand over the top, it was coming out. It was just the only time he landed it. There was 2 seconds of the fight left.
I tell you what, though, I don't think he did much wrong there, Duberry, at all. This is a fight that he's winning hands down there. He's just, right at the end of the round, you get caught with a cracking shot by a guy who just committed with the shot. That's all that happened. A guy who didn't really give us much in that last 3 minutes, let's be honest, was on survival mode, decided to throw a shot.
Well, complacency is the biggest killer of dreams. I go on about it all the time to my fighters, and that's why, because the moment you hear the last 10 and you've won every second of every round, you put him down, it's easy to switch off and think that person can't hurt you no more.
You know what I'm saying? And I use this analogy when Better Be a Box Biffle. I said, you can't concentrate for 3 minutes of every round. You just got to hope when you switch off, he doesn't switch on. And it's like that for every fight, really. You hope when you're in that zone when you're not switched on, that the other fighter's not switched on and coming at you.
Incredible opening contest here in Nottingham. Traie Duberry was in cruise control until the very last 10 seconds of the 6th round. Switched off, as the lads say, and Camila Castano lands a huge loop-in left hand. He can be extremely proud of himself in there. Well, Ben Edwards, our MC, is ready for the decision, so let's hand over to him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action, we go to your referee's score total. Pete McCormack scores the contest 59-53. He's still undefeated from Aston, West Midlands, Traie Duberry.
Well, what a way to start the evening. Traie Duberry getting the decision over tough, game, rugged Argentinian Camila Castano, who had an epic final few seconds here. It really was a fantastic opening fight, but plenty to look forward to this evening. We still have one more on before the bell, before we go live on DAZN at 7 p.m. The exceptional young talented fight Ibrahim Sulaimaan takes on Facundo Arce. Ellie Scotney, world champion, takes on Miyamoto. What a fight that is for the IBF, WBO and IBO. Plus the Ring Magazine title, Harry Scarf, the British and Commonwealth champion, takes on tough Conor Walker. Then the main event tonight coming your way for the European and WBC Silver Super Lightweight titles, Dalton Smith, Walid Ouizza. And then we nip over the pond to the US, Las Vegas, where Diego Pacheco takes on tough, unbeaten Steven Nelson. Andy Cruz on there against Omar Salcido. Ernesto Mercedes versus Jose Pedraza. And Leonardo Rabacaza versus Israel Mercado. What a double header we have for you this evening. Ben Edwards is ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for our next bout of the evening. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing present an 8-round special attraction in the flyweight division. Introducing first to the ring, please welcome Misael Ezequiel Graffioli.
And there is Misael Graffioli, 5 wins, 3 losses. From Canada de Gomez, Santa Fe, Argentina, which is around 67 kilometers from Rosario. And it has a population of around 29,000 people. Obviously you knew that, Barry.
Been there many times.
I thought so.
Me and Sonny go holiday every year.
And now entering the arena, please welcome the great Hamza Uddin.
Well, here he is, the extremely talented former 8-time national champion, 7-time international gold medalist, Hamza Uddin, 3-0 as a professional. And he hasn't put a foot wrong so far as a pro. Really turning heads with his skill, his speed, his spite, his desire to close the show inside the distance. What a career this young man has in front of him, Hamza Uddin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live on DAZN and we're set to go for our next bout of the evening. Eddiehearn and Matchroom Boxing present 8 rounds in the flyweight division. The action is sponsored by Betfred, Drip, Riyadh Season, Everlast, Apu.com, and That Prize Guy. Your referee for the contest is Pete McCormack. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in today at 130 pounds, 10 ounces, wearing solid black trunks from Santa Fe, Argentina, Misael Ezequiel Graffioli. And his opponent boxing out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 113 pounds, 3 ounces, wearing tiger print with blue and black. He's undefeated in 3 professional contests from Warsaw, West Midlands, the great Hamza Uddin.
Boys obey my instructions all the time. If I ask you to break and you stop boxing, you take a big step back. Most important, set yourself all the time. First gloves.
Well, here we go, final contest here on Before the Bell. The 4th contest in the career of the young, talented Hamza Uddin. In with Misael Graffioli. The first 8-rounder of the career of Hamza Uddin, only 21, but shows, Sonny, the desire to move forward and progress in this game.
Yeah, and I think he's a great prospect coming through, and especially, look, flyweight division, my division, for my whole career. You don't often get fighters getting built like this, and it's very refreshing to see as a big flyweight enthusiast, as I have been my whole life. But yeah, I think he's great for the sport. He's got a good following. I'm a bit intrigued as to why Swifty is not his main cornerman in place for his dad. I'm not sure, maybe just more time spent, but look, he's got a great team behind him. And yeah, Matchroom are really getting behind him and pushing him, and it's good.
Yeah, see Stephen Smith at the weigh-in yesterday. He was here. Hamza Uddin showing some nice variation, loads of snap in the shots, Barry.
Yeah, he's a real talent, and I think matching him is going to be very interesting because you want to get him up the levels, and he won't want to wait around, but also you've got to give him the right fights, to give him the right tests to get him up to when he gets to that level, he's fully prepared. Just having skill and ability and awareness is not always enough. You have to have that full round of experience, of course, of fighting different styles. I think, matching him quite tough, but also sensible is going to be important.
We were both impressed last time, Barry, weren't we, when he fought Ben Norman? It was a good learning fight.
Good fight that he boxed.
It was, yeah, really good.
Old opponent of mine, Ben.
Yeah. Better than his record suggests, I would say, Ben Norman. He won over 6 rounds. Ben Norman gamely tried to put a dent in Hamza Uddin in the 4th and 5th round, but Uddin showed his class, talent, and got the win there.
Well, like every fighter, you know, you see them at their best, and you revel in their ability and their skill, but also you want to see them when they get hurt, when they get hit, and how they react. You certainly, in your career, I've seen you get hurt. How you reacted showed me that you did have the potential to go all the way.
And you do have to go through those stages, you know, before you get in there against someone that's kind of got it all. If you go up against the intermediate steps and you face the big puncher, you face getting put down, you face a cut, when you do get to the big night and the big fight, you're more prepared, having gone through all of those experiences. And that's why you can't cheat the rounds.
Yeah, Hamza Uddin just showing us already in this contest the superior hand speed he has.
And that's his get out of jail free card. That hand speed at times when things are not working, that can get him out of trouble.
Yeah, Graffioli trying to come forward, tucking up nicely, taking a lot of the shots on the glove. There's this jab, the sharp jab, good variation with the shot from Uddin.
I like how he's varying the lead hand. Hamza here, but I would like to see his punches come out at a bit different velocity. Right now, that first round, every shot came at the same pace.
Hello, darlings. Aunt Helga. Futuristic scooters, old school website. Relax, web upgrades, I own them. Better design, e-commerce and smart AI. Now you're fit for the future. I scoot off now. Your digital partner, Ionos.
Caught with a little left hook there, Uddin, but again, the hand speed, I just think that jab was just making his opponent reset all the time. A decent little first round for him, something to build on.
Yeah, into the second round we go here in Hamza Uddin's first 8-rounder. Looking to dictate the distance with that lead hand.
But I think what Sonny said was quite important. That, you know, I do think that just a change in tempo and pace in his work. You know, just that opening up doors for more opportunities to his combinations.
Because it gets it gets a lot easier to read the defense. That was a good left hook that landed. But when every single shot's coming out the same intention, the same velocity, you start just reacting to what they're throwing. You're not setting the traps that way. But I do like it when he's touching up with his lead hand a little bit and changing the starter position of it. Here, Hamza Uddin, because he has got very, very quick hands.
Yeah, it's a lovely right uppercut, left hook, as you say, Sonny.
And with that speed, it allows him to wait. You know, he's got when you advance, and he has the speed and the vision as well to let that shot go and know he's going to land on target.
Actually had a good win, Graffioli, 2 fights ago against unbeaten Anthony Johns. Got the win. Has suffered defeat since. You see he's tricky, tucks up, he can move his feet well, so some patience having to be shown from Hamza Uddin, just looking for the right hand over the top, just missing, narrowly missing.
It's good from Uddin though, just keeping that jab a constant presence in the face there. Graffioli, always making him reset, always making him think and not have to react and not be proactive with his work.
And there's a lot to like about Uddin, there really is. One question mark I would say, we might have seen it a little bit in the Ben Norman fight, is when you're throwing punches like this, you know, quite heavy feet, trying to snap them out as fast as you can, how efficient is that over a hard fight over 8, 10, 12 rounds? I mean, it's easy for 4, it's easy for 6 maybe when you're overmatched, but to keep that in sort of intensity coming out your shoulders over and over again for 12 rounds, I would just like to see him varying it, maybe taking a little bit of a rest in stages.
Sorry, sir. I think it depends on who's dictating the pace. You know, if you're fighting at your pace, then theoretically you can do that all night, can't you? Because you're throwing when you want to throw, not when you have to. And I think, you know, controlling the pace for someone like, if you're going to be aggressive like that and waiting your shots, is going to be paramount.
Yeah, nice straight right hand there, just varying up the power of the shot, showing us that lovely variation with shots to head and body, screwing the uppercut through the middle. And again, just looking for the counters here. Lots of concentration in the eyes of Uddin.
Yeah, he did a good job at slowing down the pace there, and when they did come together, making sure he won the exchange. Not much happened, but that 1-2 jabs, it wins that 15-second period just before the end of the round.
Where'd you get that from?
This delicious flame grilled Whopper that's only available at Burger King?
Yeah.
Got it delivered.
Burger King delivers.
Okay.
Left to the side here. Move side to side a little bit, okay? Right to standing from range, okay? Your shots up. Push to the side a little bit, yeah? Okay? Good.
Quarters, 10 seconds. Second count. Round 3.
Into the third round we go. Hamza Uddin in the blue corner. And Misael, Graffioli in the red. Moving, trying to start trouble. Got his hands nice and high. Was walking onto a nice right uppercut there though from Uddin.
Yeah, he's controlling the range here. Nice, Uddin. Oh, good shot, right hand over the top. Didn't land really with the left hook, but he reset his feet nice, and the target was still there, so he took the shot and he landed.
It gave the eyes to the body, Uddin. Tried to get the reaction from Graffioli, then threw the left hook, but missed, like you say, Sonny.
Oh.
Yeah, Graffioli just missing with the right hand there. Good reactions from Uddin.
That double jab's good because he steps behind the first one, and then it allows him more weight in that second jab. And he uses it well when you advance as well. So he touches you with the first one, the second one's a short one, but it just stops your movement as you advance forward onto it.
Yeah, he tries to draw the lead out, doesn't he, Uddin? I think Sonny with that jab. A few more feints.
Yeah, again, because it's every phase. The first phase, every attack, they get into the edge of range, and he's letting that same very sharp, very quick jab go, but it's getting a little bit easier to read as it's coming out at the same time, and as he keeps throwing it at that pace and at that range and velocity, it's going to be taking down his stamina, it's going to be taking down his energy a bit by a bit.
See Graffioli here, starting to creep forward. He's over that front foot, so he has to be careful, avoiding the uppercuts. We've seen how good he throws that right uppercut, Uddin. But he fancies this Graffioli, trying to grab this fight by the scruff of the neck.
And if you are putting weight into the shots that Uddin is, you've got to be the guy pushing him back. Again, talk about dictating the pace that makes it comfortable to you fight that. If you're backing up, you become a reactive fighter, which is fine, but it also means you're going to tire quicker if you're putting more weight in your shots.
Just chopping down with the right hand and missing with the left hook, Uddin. Like his reactions though, very, very sharp. The way he just slides, turns the head to avoid the shots. There's that variation with the right uppercut again. Really, really flashy, classy looking uppercut. Smile from Uddin.
Yeah, Graffioli just a little bit too easy to hit, isn't he? Coming forward, but not really moving that head.
Nice free shot combination on the back foot from Uddin. And here is the young, talented, future superstar perhaps in Ibrahim Sulaimaan. We've already seen one of JK's charges, Trey Duberry, but it's this man up next. First contest of the night, live on DAZN. 7 p.m. What can this man, the tough Argentinian Arce, do to nullify and stop the work of Ibrahim Sulaimaan? That comes up live on DAZN from 7 p.m. Back to this one, 4th round. In the first 8th rounder for Hamza Uddin, in with tough Misael. Graffioli, who he fancies this. He's trying to get close. He's trying to work and throw his own left hooks. As he lands one there right on cue.
I just thought Uddin relaxed a little bit. I thought he was a bit more fluent at the end of that last round. No, I mean, he wasn't being as aggressive, but I thought he was a little bit smoother with his work there, Sonny.
Yeah, and I think his success output went up as well. I think when he doesn't try and have that little bit of spite as much and he stays a bit light with his hands and his feet and he's thinking about where he's putting them, I think he does have a lot more success at him. I think it's when he's trying to get carried away with his power, he makes a couple of mistakes, and you know, at this level you might get away with it, but if we're looking at, you know, one of the best prospects in the world as they're selling him as, then, you know, you're gonna have to clean those up going forward.
Yeah, an awful lot to work on, as there is for all young fighters early on in their stages in the pro career, but a lot to work with.
He's doing this is his 4th fight, you know, controlling the pace quite well for most part, making few mistakes.
Oh, that was a nice right hand, a little skip to his right hand side as well from Hamza Uddin. He looks very composed, focused, slipping out of range there, avoiding the shot from Graffioli.
That's better. He just did a pivot there around to the right. The first time he did it, he didn't do anything off it. There's a lot of movement, a lot of effort to get no reward, but the second time there, he tried to work off that movement.
Lovely little lead uppercut there as well from mid-range from Uddin.
He's always trying to unlock further openings, Uddin. He varies up the power of the shots. You can see him moving, slipping to either side. He's been busy with that jab. Graffioli not as busy with his own hands in this round. Just missing with the right hand to the body, Graffioli, and not a bad target to aim for, the body of Uddin.
I think he needs to be careful, Hamza here, squaring up a little bit as he's throwing his backhand. When he's committing with it, his back foot's coming right in line, and you get caught in that place, you're in no man's land.
Sort of total lack of respect for the lack of power, I guess you could say. 8 fights, Graffioli yet to score a stoppage on the record, so does Uddin believe that he can just walk through the shots of Graffioli? Just missing with the left hook again, just telegraphing that shot a little, but firing back with a nice straight right hand and avoiding the left hand coming back from Graffioli.
Going through the gears nicely at the end of the round, Hamza.
Nice little left hook there from Graffioli, but that was a fleeting success there, mainly from the most of that round. Again, Uddin was really in control for most of it, working behind that jab, trying to move around the target and get the combination into range, and then just, I would say one thing, just showing some really quality work at times, but not really sticking to a pattern of what he wants to do. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, actually, because it makes you hard to read, but also you can't really build on what the success you've had in that previous round if you're filtering from being aggressive and being defensive.
Quarters, 10 seconds. Second out. Round 5.
We're into the 5th round we go. What do you believe the advice would have been in that blue corner for Hamza Uddin, Sonny?
Pretty much more of the same, to be honest. I would say don't get carried away. Keep finding the shots that are working and keep setting the traps. I like it when he's spinning the corner and blinding his opponent. I feel like he's doing that very well. He's got much quicker feet than Graffioli here, so I think he should be using them a little bit more than he is. Right now he's standing in front of him, and yeah, he's beating him to the punch 8 out of 10 times, but you know, I think he could really be making his opponent look silly here, Hams, with how technically good he is.
I was thinking the same thing. I was going to ask you, which do you prefer? And I think I prefer the guy who's a little bit more thinking on his feet and a bit more fleet-footed and making you miss and finding the different angles of attack. But he also, I think, he wants to try and get that beat. He wants to try and break you down with a bit more weight in the shot. And I think it's finding that balance of what you want to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's whether you try and impress and catch the headlines now, or you try and really set up your style for the end of your career. And I think sometimes he's getting caught in between those at the moment.
Yeah, like you say, Barry, he does seem to have all the ingredients in his work. It's about putting the right mixtures together to get the correct dish. But at least he does have that in his repertoire.
And he's showing us everything as well. That's a good thing. He's showing us that he can be the fleet-footed, hard to read fighter, and also the guy who can stand in front of you, push you back with a solid jab and a correct straight right hand. And also he jumps in from out of distance. He times that quite well with the left hook.
I've got to give credit to Graffioli. He's had a knack of just avoiding some of the heavy shots coming his way by just sort of dipping the knees, dip into either left or right. Certainly with that left hook that's fired his way a few times, he's just managed to bend the knees and avoid the shot. The elbow's coming in close there.
That's Uddin, and he's just turning to that shoulder roll, little Mayweather elbow in the face here of Graffioli.
Finding the target very easy here, Hamza Uddin. So look, when he sharpens up his shots, takes the power out a little bit, he rarely misses, especially against his opponent. He's very rarely missing.
And his mind thinks quicker then, doesn't it? You see how he moves on the target much more fluently. But he's slowing Graffioli down now, and that's suiting Uddin now, allowing him then his hands go a little bit more frequently, as we see here.
Yeah, demonstrating some really good footwork in this fifth round. Hamza Uddin skipping left and right, making Graffioli fall short. Gamely coming forward though is Graffioli. A nice short right hand right at the end of the round for Hamza Uddin. Sam Jones there asking what your opinion was, I think. Sonny, thumbs up, thumbs down?
Yeah, he was asking me if he needed to do more, and I said, no, I think he's doing fine. He looks like he's starting to break down Graffioli a little bit here. There was a really nice jab right at the end of the round with the exchange. He finished it with a nice solid jab, and I think it shocked him to his boots a little bit here, Graffioli.
Sixth round, we go. Hamza Uddin in his first eighth rounder versus Misael Graffioli. He's looked good. He's looked switched on. He's looked focused. Landed some nice shots. He's been rugged. He's been tough, Graffioli.
Just a little bit too route one. But that's another thing as well. Ticking the boxes, as we always like to talk about. Getting training for 8 rounds, doing 8 rounds if it goes the distance. All these things, a tick boxing exercises for the development of your future. And importantly, whatever's happening is mainly on his terms, and that's massively important. Whatever you're doing, whether it be dancing on the ring or trying to be a bully, it's when you want to do it.
And I don't think it's a bad thing, really, getting the rounds, because, his first couple of fights, he was getting touted as one of the biggest punching prospects coming through. And let's be real, the way he was matched those first couple is against fighters coming up weights that weren't really that good anyway. So yeah, he looked great knocking them out in devastating fashion, but he'll learn 100 times more from a fight like this, that he didn't just, land his first clean shot and the opponent was out of there. He's had to work, he's had to take a few little cuffs here and there, but he's had to stay switched on, and it's that mental focus, that discipline for the 24 minutes, the 30 minutes, the 36-minute fights that you have to learn.
Yeah, it was that very incredible debut that turned a lot of heads when he stopped, Santiago Eusebio. Beautiful, well-timed left hand in the third round. He's boxing nicely.
He is.
Going through the gears, showing us a bit of everything.
And again, go back to what Sonny said at the start of the round, just changing the pace and paraphrasing what you exactly said, changing the pace of the tempo of your work. And I think he's done that as the fight's developed, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I think probably because, not that he couldn't keep letting those shots off, but as the rounds are going on, you're realising, okay, he's not going anywhere. Let me touch a couple and try and set up a nice clean shot, because really, it's when Graffioli won't be seeing the shot coming that's going to hurt him, I think. He's
plenty of ambition. Sorry, Sonny. Said before in previous interviews, he wants to be the first British Bangladeshi to win a world title. Long way to go yet, but showing us an awful lot. Going through the gears there, Barry. Looking good.
I think he's better when he's busy as well, especially there, because he's changing the angle of attack as he's coming forward. He's not just standing, taking a step back and throwing straight shots. He's trying to move his feet off a different angle. Oh, he's boxing really well here.
Round 7.
For the first time, Hamza Uddin is the bell for the 7th round in his short career. Full fight here. Nice jab to the body to start the round, Barry.
Yeah, no, I think he's boxed really well. I don't think we've been a little bit critical without being overcritical, but I think when you're a talent, that's what happens. You start praising and also picking apart things that you could do better. But I think he's boxed really well, and I think as the fight's going on, he's got better for me. I think that is because I go back to what Sonny said. He's changed the tempo of his punches. He stopped being trying to push him back with every shot he's thrown, and he's looked better for it.
Yeah, I would say it's very little criticism at all. It's just what more could he do, and he's got an awful lot to work with, Hamza Uddin. He really has, Sonny.
Yeah, he's controlled pretty much every second of the fight so far. He's controlled the range, the pace. He's been caught with, maybe 2, 3, 4 cuffing shots at that. Okay, yeah, I always come back to it at this level. Oh, that's a better left hook.
That's the 5th shot that he's taken.
But yeah, it's very easy at this level to start, getting a bit carried away with just your work and not staying completely tuned up to what's going back, because I don't think he really is worrying about what's coming back in sense of power here. So he's probably, getting carried away with his work a little bit, staying a little bit closer, keeping his hands down a bit more, but lovely work.
Beautiful work, good variation with the shot, starting with the body, doubling up the left hook upstairs. And I've heard you both say tempo, pace. Is that what's required now? Is it a case of just going through the gears, Barry?
So it's what I said in the last round, when he's busy, I think he's a better fighter to watch, and I think he's a much more productive fighter, and I think he has the opportunity there. So he's not loading up, he's letting the punches flow, and when he turns his body into the shots, he'll get the weight. And as Sonny was saying, the shot that's going to hurt or stop a guy like this is a shot he doesn't see.
Unknown territory as well for Uddin. Has he saved some for these later rounds? First time doing 8 rounds.
Potentially. I like the way he's going through the gears a little bit, and look, he's not really trying to put all that spite. He's hitting with some real good shots and he's not gone anywhere, so his timing, his accuracy has been very good tonight. Like I said, he's controlled every step of the way so far. But yeah, I think he needs to blind Graffioli here, really, because all the shots he's seeing coming, he's managed to take quite well.
But the jab's been good for Uddin. Been a fantastic weapon for him. He's doubled it up at times, pushed you back with it, or he took a little step back and made it like a solid left hand when he walked onto it.
And I think he resets really well, Hamza. I think after he's finished throwing, his feet are straight back down in another position, ready to throw again. And I think that's the main difference here.
7 in the bag for Hamza Uddin. 1 to go here in Nottingham before we bring you a stat card live at 7 p.m.
Again, just showing the good timing there of Uddin. It's not just about speed now at this stage of the fight, just good timing. Every time Graffioli comes forward, that uppercut, punching at will, a little bit more fleet-footed, and that's allowed him just his work to flow in the last 2 or 3 rounds. And I thought that round, first time into round 7, and I thought he looked really well, fit, strong, in control, as he has been throughout the contest.
Smile from Graffioli. Been a bit bewildered with the movement, the speed of Hamza Uddin. Yep, 8th and final round. The last fight here on Before the Belt. It's been a good one. Hamza Uddin demonstrating lots of skill, lots of know-how for such a young man, only 21, in comparison to the 10 years that Graffioli has on him. I think you both agree the speed that he carries will be so important moving forward as he goes through the gears. The levels, sorry, in this sport.
Of course it will, but speed without timing and without thought is just speed. You know, that can be countered quite with someone with good timing and power. So, you know, having speed is a real asset, but knowing how to use it is where the superpower is. That's where the magic is. Knowing how to use that speed to your full advantage. This guy, by next year, he could do it a little bit.
How many national titles did you win, Sonny?
National titles, 6, I think, in a row, if I can remember right.
Oh, 6 in a row. You're 2 behind Hamza Uddin, though. He's got 8 national titles, like I say, 7 international gold medals as well. So, as you say, Barry...
They just give him out, to be honest, Aaron.
There's that know-how, along with the speed for Uddin.
No, he's good. He's good. And again, you know, doing the rounds and are very important for him. Finishing strong, dictating the pace is always a sign of a quality fighter. And okay, he's not up against a wall beater, but he's up against a guy with a winning record who's come to have a go, to be fair. He hasn't come to sit back. Give him the opportunity, he would beat Hamza if he could. But Uddin has controlled everything.
What would you go, if you was training Uddin, what would you be working on when he gets back in the gym?
Plenty of the same, really. Making sure that he's really exaggerating his strengths and covering up his weaknesses. I mean, we haven't seen him take a proper shot yet in any of his first 4 fights. And I think that'll be one of the, you know, the big things that we have to see him go through, being in a proper firefight. But like I said at the beginning of the fight, I'm very intrigued, as I've not heard Steve Swifty Smith say a single word in between the rounds in the corners. I was under the assumption that he was his head trainer, and for me, he's one of the best upcoming trainers in the country, and as a good fighter that's you know, had a great career himself.
God, there was a lovely left uppercut, went inside from Hamza Uddin. He's up in the tempo now, 30 seconds to go in this final round.
As you were talking there, he had his back against the rope, Uddin. He did some quality work. It was really flashy, solid work.
Oh, he showed a good engine. Hamza Uddin finishing this contest, his first 8th round, and really, really well. Credit to Graffioli, hands down, walking forward. He's played his part. More learning rounds for the young Hamza Uddin, still only 21. But that was impressive, showed us a bit of everything, an awful lot to work with. Really, really impressive stuff. 2 good fights on Before the Bell. But look at these fights we've got coming your way. January 31st, Next Gen show, George Liddard versus Ouizza. And then Lane versus Van Camp, February 1st. BKFC live on DAZN. Clarissa Shields versus Perkins, February 2nd, a Sunday. So much to look forward to here on your global home of boxing, DAZN. Boxing every week here on DAZN. Well, Ben Edwards, our MC, is ready for the decision, so let's hand back over to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of action, we go to your referee's score total. Referee Pete McCormack scores the contest 80-72. He's still undefeated. The great Hamza Uddin.
Yeah, a shutout win for Hamza Uddin. Goes to 4-0 in his first 8-rounder. You can see what it means to him. Lots of flair, buzzing with that. That was set up a lovely weekend for the young man. But in a few minutes' time, live on DAZN, this is what we are bringing to you. Ibrahim Sulaimaan versus Ellie Scotney, defending world titles against Mia Mutu. Harry Scarf versus Conor Walker. That is a cracker, as well as Dalton Smith versus Walid Ouizza for the European and WBC Silver Super Lightweight titles. We will see you very soon, live on DAZN.
Facundo Arce, who's making his 4th appearance in a British ring and comes here on the back of a win in a 4-rounder, which in turn brought to an end a 6-fight losing streak. As Ibrahim Sulaimaan steps up to the 8-round distance for the first time in his professional career.
And now entering the arena, please welcome Spider Ibrahim Sulaimaan.
This young man, 24 years of age, looking to add to the British Asian influence and impact on the domestic scene right now in the super featherweight division, a division stacked with talent at domestic level. We'll see the British title fight coming up next month. The rescheduled British title fight between Reece Bellotti and Michael Gomez Jr. But this man has been talking very confidently about mixing it with the very best in the not too distant future. Unbeaten in 6 fights so far, 4 of those inside the distance, and touted by many as one of the most impressive up to the 8-round distance for the first time. Brings colour and attitude and no little skill to the professional scene, and looking to build on a very impressive and busy start to his paid career tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the DAZN and we're ready for our next bout of the evening. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing present 8 rounds in the super featherweight division. The action is sponsored by Betfred, Drip, Riyadh Season, Everlast, Aproo.com, and That Prize Guy. Your referee at the bell is Kevin Parker. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 131 pounds, wearing black shorts, taking part in his 38th contest this evening. From Buenos Aires, Argentina, it's Topo Facundo Arce. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 132 pounds, 3 ounces. Wearing white, black, and red, he's undefeated. 6 fights,